Good, happy Friday morning. Guys, come here, give me a hug in my little redneck cut-off t-shirt. It is nicer to run or be outside. At least, you know, you're not going to be as farmer tannish, but it's definitely coming on, guys. Welcome back to the channel. Happy Friday morning. Now, remember, when I tell you happy Friday morning, there's a possibility that by the time you see this, there's a strong possibility, actually, you may not see this till Friday night or even into Saturday. It just depends upon what's going on and how quickly my videos upload. It's been very, very slow on the Wi-Fi end here for the past couple of weeks. Like, something that should take 45 minutes is taking 2, 3, 4 hours, and I get kicked off like 3 times. Very frustrating. So if it's later in the evening and I'm editing and then I try to upload and I, go get ready for bed and whatever, and I come back and I've been kicked off, guess what? Sometimes I have to start all the way over. I can't just resume the upload. So, and I just sit there and I go, I love y'all like a little pink pig, but I'm not going to sit here for the next 2 hours. I'm going to bed. Okay, I love you, but I'm going to bed. And so that's why sometimes you don't see the video until the next day or something like that. So I just go with the flow, y'all. We go with the flow. Are you going with the flow? So listen, everything here on the farm is getting very, very busy. I've pushed ahead on some things and got behind on some. The same old. But let me tell you what I'm committed to do. This is what I want you to take away from this video. And I have several videos coming up. There's a couple things I want to talk about. But let me say this first. I have a video that I'm praying on right now, and I'm hoping and thinking that I will get it up this weekend. And I really hope you listen to it. You're gonna know it when you hear it. I don't want to be out here in running clothes doing it. I want to think about it, pray about it, and be in the moment. So that's coming up because this could be really, really important for me and for you. So just want to drop that off right here. But to get back to what I was saying, guys, there's several things I want to talk about, but I want you to put yourself in a positive space. I got a phone call this week, and he's not going to care, so I'm just going to say it. My dad called me a couple days ago, and I knew I'm like, ring-a-ding-ding, hey, Daddy. And he was like, I wanted to call you and to update you. And I was like, okay. And he said, I went for my annual checkup. Okay, my dad's 67. And my parents have been very fortunate overall with very good health. They're very blessed with good health. My dad did have a situation with melanoma. He'll talk openly about that on the top of his head. I've talked about that before. And he had massive surgery for that. He goes every 6 months and gets checked like I do. And all has been good ever since. We've got a great dermatologist, Dr. Griffith, Knoxville, Tennessee. He's over off Bearden, on the other side of what's called Bearden Hill on Kingston Pike. He and his son are both dermatologists. Best dermatologist you're going to find in this entire area. It's the only one I've ever been to. And he saved my dad. I watched him save my son. I'm telling you, good stuff. So I go every 6 months. I just went about a month ago, and all is good. So anyway, my dad was updating me. He got back a really positive health report. Praise the Lord, right? And he was talking about his cholesterol, and he was talking about his blood pressure, and he was like, what do you think's brought this on? I mean, he's like, I've been doing some things. And I said, I said, Dad, what do you think you've been doing? And he said, well, I am walking. So he's walking. Every day, my dad walks. Every day. Even if it's just a mile, he will tell you that he gets up, he walks. He has sort of changed his diet. That's what he's really looking at now. I told him several weeks ago, I'm like, Dad, you really need to up your protein. More eggs. Simple things. You never want to totally bombard somebody. He's been adding a lot of avocados to his diet. He does want to lose some weight. He'll be the first to tell you that. So where we're moving to next. But he said, what do you think's done this? And James was listening to the conversation. I had him on speakerphone, and James said, stress, you retired. Stress, you got rid of all that stress. Now, I had, really pushed my dad to keep working as long as he could, and he did about an extra year just to put the money away. I'm like, Dad, you know you can retire today. just go as long as you can and put more money away or pay something off or whatever you need to do or whatever. And he did that as far as he could. And then he finally said, I've had enough. I've worked for 45 years and I'm done. I'm done. And so he's been retired for a year and a half. So we think his stress, because he chose to take action with something. Now, this could apply to you in terms of retiring or not. I just think it speaks for stress. This is all related. Hang with me. Another thing I just want to mention to you, blink, 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 blink. I said, Dad, have you changed anything as far as taking things? And he was like, what do you mean? You know, my dad's like, what do you mean? I said, are there some supplements, wink, wink, that you've taken for various reasons over the last year? Because, you know, you listen to your daughter. And he said, yes. And I said, you know, getting rid of parasites, eating better foods, getting rid of stress, even if you're just walking some, you know, cleansing and detoxing your body. I'm just going to leave it at that, y'all. If you know, you know. I said, James saw massive improvements, so, you know, maybe that's related too. And he said, I hadn't thought about that. So my dad's in a really good place right now. And here's what I want to say. So because we are, me, James especially, and you, a lot of you, I am so proud of y'all, are joining in saying, you know what, enough of this crap. We're going to get better. I think my dad, he's like, I think he wanted to call and talk about it because he was proud of himself, which he should be, but also to relate. So we're talking about some diet stuff. And here's what he said. I said, Dad, what? He said, I talked to my doctor about intermittent fasting. I said, did you? And he said, yes, because he knows about it, but he's not really ever done it. And I've encouraged him to look into it. Okay. He said, my doctor was all for it. And he said that I should focus on how, he said, gave him some general ideas. And he said, if you can eat between 11 a.m. and 7 p.m., you know, you investigate how you want to do that. Okay. We didn't get into any of those specifics. He said, along with everything else you're doing, if you up some of your exercise, he said, I think you're going to see you're going to knock it out of the park. So this is what I'm saying. We all have the tools in understanding the very basics, nothing expensive, nothing crazy, that we all can do to improve. So I sent him, I'm going to say this to you right now. I sent him the video of Wrangler Star. I think he did this video a month or two ago on Wrangler Star channel. You all are familiar with Wrangler Star. He's got a huge YouTube channel. I don't know Cody. He doesn't know me. I've never met him. But I have enjoyed a lot of his content over the years, right? He's old school, right? We love that. He's been here forever. And he's our role model. And he's very successful. And he did a whole video, I want to say it was 6 or 8 weeks ago. I'll link it down below. If I don't remember, forgive me. But he lost what he did in 46 days. So if you have to Google it. And whether you are a male or female, I think you should take the time to listen to what he has to say. Because I related to this, even my own self, and it's so interesting because he talks about how he got off track, he gained all this weight, it's not who he wants to be, and it was interesting that it happened over the winter. If you remember last fall, I'm pretty sure he came out, I think he was in East Tennessee, he did a lot of work helping post Helene, and we are so thankful for that. I'm going to tell you, if you have any type of traumatic experience, death, loss of a job, seeing the things that a lot of us saw, or I don't even want to, those that experienced all the things and still are with Helene, for example, one example, that can really throw you for a loop mentally and physically. And he doesn't mention that in the video, but I think that was probably traumatic for him. He does a lot of different things, and I'd say that was some stress. And then, so he talks about how he woke up one day, when he realized, you know, I think it was on his birthday, he didn't want to live like this. He gained all this weight. He just felt out of control, I guess. So go watch the video. I don't want to take too much away, but I want you to listen to what he does. You don't have to do what he does. I will tell you, he did use AI to help him. You know, it is what it is, but it's a lot of basic information too. Something for you to watch. I think it will motivate you. I think it's very inspirational. I'm very proud of him. I don't mean that with any condescension, but he's done awesome. He's done awesome. And he doesn't have anything to lose or gain by sharing it with you. So I totally believe his story. I think all the things that he's talking about are possible because I saw those changes in me before. I think it's important that we all try to make ourselves better however we can. And that's what I want to say in this video. Talk about my dad, positive energy. Saw Wrangler Stars video, positive energy. I sent it to my husband too. He's working really hard. And I don't want you to listen to the negativity around you. Okay? Believe it or not, you're going to get pushback for improving yourself. Because when you take on the attitude of, and this is where I want you to start, I'm working on this with me too. Women's especially, guys, I know you're out there, but us women, we're really hard on ourselves. Some of us are better at it than not, than others, and age can play a factor, but sometimes age makes some women worse. Not even necessarily because of menopause. Everybody's like, oh, that's just perimenopause. No, I think it's a change of life. It's a change of season. It's a massive change for someone to go, you know what? Wow, I'm going to be 50 years old next year. Probably more than half of my life, if I'm lucky. You know what I'm saying? Quote, quote, if I'm lucky. I'm more than halfway done with my life. What am I going to do with myself? Some people like to call that, midlife crisis. I don't like that. I don't like calling that a midlife crisis. I think when people get to the point of, say, 45, 55 years old, you start reflecting. You have started seeing things. Your children are grown up, your body's changed. Maybe you've lost parents, a spouse, your sister, you've had loss. You've really had a lot of wisdom come into your place of existence just due to experience. And you go, man, I'm going to enjoy what I've got. I'm not saying go buy a new 1963 convertible Corvette, although that would be awesome. But I'm saying you finally go, I got one life, and God blessed me with that, and I'm going to make the most of it. Now, there's bad ways to make the most of it. I understand, okay? I get that. There's all kinds of stories. But that's not a midlife crisis. A lot of you out there are around my age or older, the majority of you. I have a lot of aunties and mamas and memas here, my memas. They're like my memas and my nanas, and I love you. And, you finally go, I'm going to live. So what I want you to do, and I want you to join me, because I've read a lot of your comments over the past couple of days, and I want to really, really push you on this. I'm pushing on this. If that bores you to tears and you don't like it, I hate to say it this way, I may not be the channel you want to watch. If you want gloom, doom, zoomy zoom, everybody's dying today, I'm not in that space anymore, okay? That doesn't mean I don't believe the things that are happening are not happening. That's not one and the same. But I'm not the same person that I was 5 years ago, 3 years ago. Things really have changed. And, I realize that we're on God's timeline. We're not on ours, And you can watch a video and they can do all these equations and this seal's been broken and all these things. Okay, what are you going to do about it? What we should be trying to do is be a positive testimony for God. And I'm really working on that. And that is by how we live. We're not perfect. See, that's where everybody tries to, gotcha. Oh, I gotcha. Okay, that's old stuff. Stop. That's just demonic old stuff. But we have to find the positive space in order to be here. Folks, I'm going to tell you, I don't know, I hate to say, what I think and what I know are two different things. I don't know squat, but what I think we're going to be here a while. I think we have a lot to endure, and I think we have a lot. I don't think God's done with us yet. I could be wrong, and things change at noon today, okay? I gotcha, and I'm okay with that. But in the next hour and a half or so that I'm here, I'm going to make the most positive place of all of this that I can, improving myself. And here's what I want you to do. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, we're on a massive journey together, at least through Labor Day, and it may continue, of trying to eat better, sleep better, walk, run, be around positive be around positive, energetic people, okay, as best you can. drown out the negative. I didn't say bury your head in the sand, and I didn't tell you to not prepare. Okay? A lot of you are already well entrenched into being as prepared as you can. So, I mean, do I need to show you how to can beans again today? I will. I don't have a problem with it. I need to. But as far as, sure, always preserve foods and put things away. But if your ultimate preparedness is not your relationship with God in your mental and emotional state right now, let me tell you, you better drop everything that you're doing, at least for a couple of weeks, and get yourself right. Don't do anything crazy. Don't set yourself back. But pull yourself into this space. I want you to not say, here's where we are. I hope you got this far. I'm working on this. I challenge you. Do it for, I'm going to say, at least a week. Do not say anything out loud negative. Can you do it? And first things first, I don't want you to say anything negative about yourself. Did you hear me? I do not want you to say, I don't want to hear, shh. And honey, you talk about somebody that's going to have flames to the feet, it's going to be me. Because I beat myself up really bad. I want you to give yourself some grace. Don't sit there and say, well, I can't do it because. No. I want you to say, I'm gonna do it because. No more of this, I can't. Now, what you can do is going to be different than what that person can do and that person can do. It's going to be different. It may be less, but it's going to be something. Don't say anything negative about yourself first. And when those thoughts start to come into your mind, I want you to pray. I want you to stop. My son the other day, he was stressed out. He took a final in chemistry too. He made a 99 in the class. I'm like, I told you, listen to mother, you're going to be fine. But when we're young and in school or trying to work and we're just stressed out, especially in this world today, and he came up and he was stressing out. And you know what I did? I grabbed that boy's hand. I was in the car. I was up here at the barn. I said, come here. No. Stop it. No. We're not going to talk about this. We've already talked about this. You're letting your mind race away with your heart and your soul. I carried an extra Bible with me, and I put that Bible right here, and I put his hand on it. We prayed. Okay? No, don't let anything negative be said to you. Don't say anything negative about yourself. Don't say anything negative about anybody else. It may enter your mind. I want you to take a deep breath, and I want you to pray and do something positive with it or about it if you can. Do that for 7 days. And I want you to pay attention to how you feel on the 8th day when you wake up. I bet you're a little bit different. You're going to see the next couple of days. It's just like when you start walking. When you start, maybe you dabble in some intermittent fasting, or you cut some sodas out, or all of this is connected. This isn't somebody going through a midlife crisis. If you're 20 years old, I want you doing it. If you're 90 years old, we all know neither of y'all's age groups are going through a midlife crisis probably. So, unless you're living to be 180, I guess Doge would have figured you out by now, but but I'm saying positive energy. No more I can't, or I don't know how, stop. You're smart. Figure it out. You're smart. God gave you the brains. God gave you the guts. Now use them. Are you using all that God gave you? That's what we're doing. Somebody said to me, you've changed. Yeah, I've changed. And I hope I continue to change for the good. Because see, this world is good versus evil, and I know what side I want to be on. Where are you at? Where are you at? Might want to think about it, right? Don't let it happen, folks. Don't let it happen. We're going to be talking a lot about this, and I want you busy with. It's beautiful. It's going to be hot as it's going to be hot as you know what on this coming week. James said we're going to push 99 degrees. Well, maybe I meant to clean out a closet this week in the afternoon after I check my animals. Don't waste any time. Do not dwell on your sorrows, and I know we all have them. Don't dwell on any negative. No more, I can't. I can't. Yes, you can. It may not be the can that someone else can do, but you can do something. 7 days. Go all the way to next Friday, at least. Friday or Saturday. Don't say anything negative. Find the positive. Is your house dirty like mine? Yep. Oh, I could go off like a rocket on that because that freaks me out. At least I have a house to clean. Right? I got to come up here and it's going to be hot as blazes and redo the cattle trough maybe later on. And here I go. Hey, I got water. I got a cattle trough. And I've got cattle. Hey, I'm blessed today. I'm starving. I got to wait 1 more hour before I eat. That's right. I do. Shut up. Shut up. Because guess what? You've got a house to cook a little meal in. You've got something in the fridge to eat. You're standing in the air condition today. Yes, that hunger, that might be a good thing. Feel it. Because there's people in the world right now that are very hungry. And you're not one of them. Okay? You're craving a biscuit, sausage biscuit. I get it. But you ain't going to eat it right now. You're going to wait and you're going to make a smart decision. You have that blessing. We will waste nothing. Waste nothing. Check out that video. I hope you're doing well. Find some time in the next couple of weeks before it gets crazy with school and you're in fall mode. Enjoy some time with yourself and your family and your grandbabies. Go to a museum. Go to the park. Be safe when you do all of these things. It's a no-brainer. But enjoy some time out. Okay? You must do that. That is good for your mind, your heart, and your soul. You can do a lot of things to improve and go out and can enjoy things. Just make it happen. No negative. Shh. Patara. Shh. Me, you. Shh. Give me fist bump. Nothing. Nothing. No complaints. As bad as it is, hold that tongue. Pray. Don't let something come in and knock you off of your path and steal your joy. We have a lot more to say about that coming up. I love you so much. Give me another hug. Make it a great weekend. You're going to. Shh. Shh. Positive. I'll see you on the next video.